Hello, Blizzard fans! This is Falcon Paladin coming to you with yet another daily Blizzard upload. This is a game between Harstem and Polt on Echo, the Latter Edition. This is Game 2 of their Best of 3 series from the Round of 16 series in the WCS 2015 Championships held in Toronto, and they ended June 28th. So this is hot off the presses, and I'm really excited to bring you the second game of this series, and let's introduce the players. In the bottom right of Echo, the Latter Edition, we have the red Zerg player. It is Harstem. And in the top left of Echo, the Latter Edition, we have the blue Terran player. It is Polt. Here in this Heart of the Swarm match, I need to give some love to Polt here. I always do that. There's Polt with the love. Harstem, sorry, buddy. You're down to a 0. Polt did win Game 1, so spoilers if you haven't watched that. If you haven't, go back and watch it anyway. Even though you know how it's going to end up, it's a pretty interesting game. Harstem put up a really good fight. Polt by no means walked all over him. It was an excellent display of micro and decision making, and in the end, Harstem just didn't have quite what it took to end Polt, and Polt was able to come back and win the game. So fantastic play from both these players. And let's get on here into game number 2. Both players just working on gateways and barracks. Supply depots are up. Pylons are up. Nothing too crazy happening. The gas just finishing for Harstem. Not taking 2 gases, so nothing too crazy coming out at this point. We're not going to see Dark Templars. No panicked moves like that. Probably might see some Oracle harass, though. The Oracle for Harstem in game number 1 was amazing. I think it ended up with 15 or 16 kills, something like that. Just did an amazing, incredible job of killing units left and right and staying alive. A lot of players in the lower leagues go ahead and make an Oracle and get maybe 5 kills with it, and then it dies, or they just send it back to their main and nothing else happens with it the rest of the game. So it was good to see Harstem taking care of things. The Reaper is out, though, so let's slow things down, because Reapers are fun to watch with their jetpacks and their hopping ability, and here they come. Unfortunately, the Mothership Core is out. Will be difficult for the Reaper to kill any probes. Good timings there by Harstem. Polt is a little bit disappointed, but again, it's to be expected at this level of play. You're not going to get any free kills unless the other player literally falls asleep at the keyboard. So next is coming up in response to the command center that is being planted by Polt there. Both players getting their naturals taken fairly early in the game. In a gentleman's agreement, they will not rush each other at this point. Again, Starcraft 2 is a game of being ready. You have to be ready for an attack from your opponent at any time, really. I mean, any time after the first couple minutes of the game, you have to expect there will be lings in your base or proxy barracks, as long as you're not scouting. Now, scouting is what makes that a lot less scary. If you can scout out your opponent, get a drone or a worker or a Zergling or something, just kind of circling around, seeing what you can see. Then you can kind of figure out what timings people are going for, seeing, okay, so they go starport and a factory. There aren't multiple barracks here. I can't see a whole lot of Marines at my front door anytime soon. He is taking time to tech up. And vice versa for the Protoss, you'll see, okay, he's taken both of his gas. He has a single gateway at this point. There's no crazy 2-gate or 3-gate plays going on here, although 3 gateways are on their way up right now. So you can kind of relax a little bit. You're not going to see a crazy warp gate attack like were very popular in Wings of Liberty, kind of falling out of favor towards the end of Wings of Liberty and into Heart of the Swarm. Just too easy to defend, too easy to scout that they were coming, and it's really too much of an all-in to really be viable in the higher levels of play, is that 4-gate, 5-gate type stuff. So we don't really see that anymore. Both players going for the standard play at this point. Blink Stalkers coming out from Harstem, hiding the Twilight Council up here away from the scanning range of the Comsat from Polt. So very smart play there. Again, I don't know, I'm not sure how much Polt should be expecting that type of thing, but the 1-1-1 build is transferring into a lot of barracks. We got Widow Mines, we have Medevacs, we are seeing a standard Marine Marauder Medevac Widow Mine type play. The names I already just said. Forward Pylon coming up from Harstem. He knows you cannot leave a Terran to sit there on 3 bases on this particular build, because they will just flood Marines and Marauders and Medevacs at you forever and ever until you are dead. Amen. Alright, so here comes a bit of a drop, Widow Mine drop here, very slowly moving across the map. I don't think it did get spotted by the people moving up the map here, these stalkers by Harstem. So Polt going to try to get this dropped into the mineral line, try to get some kills off there. I'm not sure how effective that will be, but he is the professional player and not me. Harstem moving up with these Blink Stalkers, going to try, nope, not that is not a place to go at all. Going to go ahead and try to get up here. We did drop the Widow Mine. It does get the burrow, and does it activate? No, it misses, because the probe went inside the assimilator using a photon overcharge to kill the Widow Mine. A bit of overkill perhaps, but in the end, maybe not. These are Blink Stalkers. Do we just blink past this? We do. We blink right past that bunker, get into the backside. There are a few loose Marines, but the Blink Stalker is doing a lot of damage. to this mineral line, walking back and back, blinking back as far as they can, sniping down individual Marines and trying to escape, actually. Why aren't you just attacking here? I don't know. There we go. Finally blinking, getting out 7 SCVs were killed in that attack. It's 45 to 32 Harvesters. Harstem looking pretty darn good at this stage in the game. The Blink Stalker attack was good. The Widowmine, I don't think, killed a single worker. Let's take a look. And units lost, no. 3 Stalkers has died, but no probes at all. Trying to take a third base now is Harstem, feeling very confident in his ability to win this game, taking a third. I have heard it's kind of scary to take your third base before the Terran player takes their third base, because you never know what kind of crazy 2-base shenanigans are on their way to come and try to kill you. So Harstem, again, feeling very brave and very confident and taking that. The Blink Stalkers say, okay, there's still a bunker, there's still a Widow Mine. Let's not go there. It is a dangerous place, but keeping all these SCVs off the line for this long for Polt has got to be hurting him and his mineral income at least somewhat. I mean, I know Terran has mules, but he lost 7 SCVs. He's got 4 just sitting here on auto repair on top of his bunker in case the Stalkers come back. The Stalkers are not going to come back, but Polt has no way of knowing that. And as I say that, he leaves it. He recognizes the Stalkers probably aren't going to put their heads up there anytime soon. Decides to put the workers back to work. Third base just about to be finished. I don't know. We are seeing a pretty scary +1/+1 push with stim and combat shield coming up from the Terran player. Actually, is there going to be armor? No, there's no armor. Just a +1 attack there. So nothing too crazy as far as armor goes. But again, we are getting combat shield. We are getting stim as concussive shells as well. So again, incredible timing push coming on up here. These Stalkers need to be so careful, trying to snipe down something, but they recognize, nope, there's healing there. We are not going to kill that Marauder before the rest of his friends kill us. So the Stalkers head back home, desperately trying to get a Colossus out. That will help against this attack immensely. Trying to throw down some cannons, getting extended thermal lance as well. Where's this cannon being put down? Way back here. Okay, so worried about drops, I suppose. What that is. Okay, here we go. Marines, Marauders. Waiting for that +1 to finish. Waiting for that combat shield, perhaps. Nope, deciding instead I have stim. That's enough. Coming right on in. Going to immediately try to burn down this Nexus. The responding units for Harstem are coming. They're on their way with Guardian Shield. And yeah, that is enough to actually chase the Terran player away temporarily. But that is a pretty scary giant ball there right now. +1 just about to finish. Concussive Shells has finished for the Marauders. Here we go. Units hit by the Marauder are temporarily slowed. There is a single Colossus here. Nothing really much to take it out except for the Marauders. Players dancing back and forth. Nobody really wanting to commit to an attack here. A pickup of half of the units going to swing around the left side and try to get into the main, while these guys at the front do a lot of damage at the third. Splitting up the units. Very effective for the bio play here that we are seeing from Polt, dropping right in the back. Immediately, Photon Overcharge comes up. The cannon dies as well. Stalkers that are here die. The attack at the front does manage to snipe down that third base, and they do escape, being very happy with that. Workers dying left and right. Probes being forced to be pulled offline. Zealots trying to get in, but they are being slowed by the concussive shell. And that's it. Polt decides to retreat as an observer gets picked off here in the middle. Again, the streaming continues. No third base for Polt, actually, but that may be what my friend Walnut was talking about here. Harstem did actually lose that third. He didn't have quite the number of units or the composition to deal with that +1 timing attack that came from Polt. So again, a good spread across the way here from Polt. He's going to try to attack in multiple directions. That is really the strength of Bio. So much DPS packed into so few units that you can really do a lot of damage quickly, which is what you have to do if you're going to split up your units like this. Again, streaming across the map, Medevacs, Marines, Marauders, all the M's. This forward pylon still alive for Harstem. He's not really warping in anything there. Unfortunately, another pickup and a liftoff of Polt. Where is he going with these Medevacs is the question. Does get spotted by the observer. An excellent spot there. Going to head back down and try to get some damage off, I think, all the way in the main. Going to bypass this entirely. I'm going to go to try get some kills in the main. The Stalkers are here. Going to try to snipe down these Medevacs before they can unload. Can they get there in time? No, they can't. The unloading's already happened. We are stimming and trying to kill the Twilight Council. Not quite able to do it, but the Marines and the Marauders murdering these Stalkers. They're trying to blink back, but they are dying before they can blink again. The Colossus managing to kill 7 units. Another drop here again from Polt, right on top of these plasmas, of these cannons here. I am trying to remember what they're called for some reason, can't remember, but either way, stimming on and going to try to take down this Nexus as well. And another attack being handled much easier at the third base. But no, the second base does die. Colossus melting all of these bio units, but Polt just picks up and leaves off. He says, all right, I'm killing bases. I'm doing a good job with this. I have a third base ready to go with my command center. and being super cost effective with these bio units is 58 to 49 harvesters in favor of Harstem. And so Harstem again in a pretty good spot. I just think he needs Storm. Man, maybe he needs Storm or something to deal with this clump of bio units that are doing so much damage to him. The Widowmine gets picked up as they're just kind of sitting in the middle of nowhere. The third base getting planted for Polt. This is where things get really scary for Harstem. Another pickup coming in here from Polt. The drops might just continue until Harstem is forced to leave the game. It's a very difficult spot to be in, attempting to bring down this cooling tower to provide some level of protection for this third base that has already died once. The second base about halfway under reconstruction. Long distance mining being forced to happen here for Harstem. Not a good place to be. What is happening? Actually, we sent up a Zealot. Got no kills, but was able to kind of weaken an SCV, I guess. That's what his entire goal in life was. The drop swinging around here, moving past the back of the second base. The small group of Marauders just kind of running around, keeping the attention of the Protoss player at the front door. And here we come, dropping on in with 6 medevacs. A huge drop right into the back. The Colossus doing what it can, but it is only a single Colossus. Zealots getting melted here. Stalkers as well getting killed. Stimming forward are the Marines and the Marauders, taking down the Colossus immediately. It explodes. There is nothing really left to check this attack. Reinforcing Stalkers and Colossus coming on in here, managing to snipe down the Twilight Council, and then picks up, leaves off, does lose a single medevac. I think it was just one, maybe 2 medevacs there in that entire attack. Pretty good. Dropping here into the main as well, just abusing the ability to pick up and drop at will, but again getting removed again because the Colossus can respond fairly quickly. Again, I don't like Protoss going Colossus and PVT just because I feel like a stim forward with the Marines can snipe them off a little bit too easily. Storm seems to be a better choice of gas if I were to play Protoss, but again, I don't. I play Zerg, so who knows what I am talking about. I just know what I have seen. Here we go. Another big attack. How many? That is 5 medevacs plus 2 is 7 total medevacs. One of them is empty, and a few of them don't actually have a full slot. So this is going to be a giant, massive doom drop, but it's going to try to boost on in here into the second base. I have to imagine that's their target. I don't think anything over here is worth killing. Another attack coming up, taking down this debris at the third base immediately, again scaring the Protoss player. But the Blink Stalkers get on in here, snipe down actually a few of those medevacs, doing a great job with it, but I think enough Marines and Marauders actually landed to take down these Stalkers. The medevacs are here in the air. The last of the Stalkers is going to die, and it does. It explodes, picks up, leaves off again is Polt. Stimming forward into the third base, though, trying to get this Colossus that has 5 kills already. The meat shields of the Zealots are ready, though. Another Colossus comes into play. Polt says, okay, I can't handle this, but I can take a 4th base. Immediately taking a 4th. Very happy with the pressure that he's been able to put on. Another drop here. These units warping in get killed immediately before they can even finish warping. This guy does manage to photon overcharge, keeping this base safe as well, and the medevacs are here dropping, healing. They're probably going to drop again, I have to imagine. 3 base to 4 base in favor of Polt. Polt is looking stronger as this match goes on. 135 to 158 supply in favor of Polt. His units are looking good. What upgrades do they have? +2, +2, +3 attack is on the way. +2 ground weapons for Protoss. Pretty good. Trying to neck this down. No, doesn't even get the cancel on the Nexus. It does not get placed and canceled. Instead, it actually just straight up dies. All those minerals are lost for Harstem. Harstem is bleeding profusely at this point. He is on the ground. He's trying to get back up, trying to send out some Zealots to try to destroy things with this forward pylon that is not really much of a forward pylon. Unfortunately, Observer here to check for drops from those medevacs coming around. I don't know if it's going to happen, though. Excuse me, medevacs again healing the Widowmines here, part of this army at the same time. Marauders with that +2, +2, +3 about to finish for the armor. Sorry, for the weapons attack. Instead, +1 armor just about getting started here. Ship plating level 2 coming up for those medevacs as well. I have to imagine that's what that is for. Marine, Marauder, medevac. A favored composition of Terran since Wings of Liberty and the Starcraft 2 beta. Very strong to this day in Heart of the Swarm. So here we come, stimming forward, going to try to snipe off those Marauders as best we possibly can. Time Warp going down on the Marauders, slowing them down for sure. Coming on up, one of the Colossus dies immediately. The other one trying to run as fast as it can, but no, it ends up dead as well. Marines, Marauders taking down all of these Stalkers, or the Zealots as well, warping in more and more Zealots. There's another battle up here. Colossus trying to clean things up, but the concave is huge, and Harstem calls the GG. Well played to Polt is victorious, taking the series 2 games to 0. He will be moving on to the playoffs from this round of 16. Well played by him. Again, a really solid match played here by Harstem, doing what he could. I think he was in the lead there for a while, but I think taking that third base too early might have hurt him. It's just really hard to say at this point. So either way, well played to both of these players, and thank you for watching this game. This has been Falcon Paladin with yet another daily Blizzard upload. If you like what you saw today, hit that like button, hit that subscribe to catch more of my daily Legacy of the Void and Heart of the Swarm casts. I also cast Starbow, do a bunch of Hearthstone as well, just a lot of Blizzard games left and right here on this channel. So again, thank you for watching, and until next time, you take care of yourself.